YouTube channel Programming with DPRA. Today we are discussing the problems from the CodeShip Starter 68. Let's discuss the fifth problem from this context, which is a very interesting problem. The name of this problem is interesting array. The difficulty rating of this problem is 2145, and this problem is very easy to understand, but implementation for this problem and implementing it with the help of the most appropriate approach is quite difficult. So let's discuss this problem. Here we are given an array, and an array is called interesting if no sub array of length greater than 2 is non-increasing or non-decreasing. Means here we need to construct an interesting array. How we can construct? Here we need to perform some rearrangements in the array such that that array becomes non-increasing, non-decreasing. Means it should be not strictly increasing and it should be not strictly decreasing. We need to do some manipulation to convert that array into the interesting array. And if no such no such valid answer is possible, then we simply need to print minus. Here they are mentioned. Here now we can see some of the test cases that they have given. So now let's discuss the test cases that were given to us. In the first test case, we are given a array of size 3 and the elements are 2 to 2. Here we can simply see that this from this array we can't able to form the valid, or we can say interesting array, and that's why we will simply print -1 for this array. For 2652, there is a possibility to create the interesting array, and there are multiple answers possible for this. Here they have given the answer as 6252, but according to my approach, this array can also be written, or we can say the interesting array that can be from this array is we can say 2562. Here what we can do, we can simply break this array into two parts and form the increasing and the non we can say decreasing array, as we do not need to construct, or we can say we cannot construct the strictly increasing and the strictly decreasing array. So here we can see that in the third case, the answer they have given is 52425. This is the valid answer and this is the interesting array, because we can see that after 5 the element is 2, means if it from 5 to 2 it is decreasing, but after 2 it is 4, means after that it is increasing, and from 4 the element is 2, means then it is decreasing, and from 2 it is 5 when it is increasing, means it is not strictly increasing and not strictly decreasing. That's why it is a valid answer and interesting array. So from this test cases, at least you got the thing that what we need to find and what are the strategies that can be applied. So now let's discuss the appropriate approach to solve this problem. So first let's discuss what is meant by increasing and what is meant by decreasing. Here we can see that 1, 2, 2. In this array, we can simply say that this array is increasing array as 1 from 1 the second element is 2, means it is increasing, and after 2 the same element is present, means it is linear, means it is a increasing graph. It will create an increasing graph, means it is we can also say it as a, it means it is a non-decreasing array. Similarly, for 211, it is a decreasing array, as 2 is present after that 1 is present. Means we can say that this is not an increasing array, we can say non-increasing array. So hope you understand that what is increasing and what is decreasing and what is non-increasing and what is non-decreasing. It is very simple. So let's take one example and dry run the approach that we need to apply here to implement this problem successfully. So here, the array that is given to us is 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4. I have taken this array because this array is quite good to understand what are the techniques that need to be applied here. So I have taken this array, and what I need to do is that first step what I need to apply here is that first we need to sort the array, as we need to create a strictly increasing and a strictly decreasing. So first step towards the creating the interesting array, we need to sort the array. If it is already in sorted order, then no need to do it, but we need to sort the array. After successfully sorting it, what we can do is that we can divide this array into the two subparts. We can say here we can apply the divide and conquer technique here. we can divide this problem into two subparts. So we can see that after dividing this array, what elements, the two array that we get is 1, 2, 2, the first subpart, and the second part is 2, 4, 4. Here we have make the partition. So now after getting the two sub-arrays, what we need to do? Here we simply need to create either increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing type of interesting array, or decreasing, increasing, decreasing, increasing array. As this is not strictly increasing or not strictly decreasing array. So from this two we will create the interesting array. So here what we can do is that first we can take one element from the first part, that is 1, here we have taken. Similarly we will take the first element from the second part. Consecutively we will do this. So here what we get 1, 2. Similarly next step is for the part 1. So we will take 2 from here, and similarly we will take the 4 from the second array. So we got 1, 2, 2, 4. Similarly, now only two elements are left. One is from this array, that is 2. So we have written is here 2. Similarly, we have written here, we have taken 4 from the second part, got 4. After doing this, what we get? We get this array, that is 1, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. Then what we need to do is that we need to check that whether this is an increasing decreasing array or decreasing increasing array. We need to do that. So here we can see that after doing this, we got the increasing, as from 1 to 2 it is increasing, 2 to 2 is normal straight line. Then from 2 to 4 it is again increasing, and but after 4 it is decreasing, and then again increasing. So here we can see that it is an increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing type of graph, which is a valid interesting array. So as we know that when we take one element from the first part and similarly second element from the second part, we do this consecutively. So from this we only get increasing, decreasing graph. But there might be a possibility that sometimes increasing, decreasing graph will not be formed successfully. So we need to check for the decreasing, increasing as well. So as we already sorted the array, when we take first element from the first part from here, similarly second element from this part, and we do this consecutively. So as we know that as the already array is sorted, so in this type, when we apply this type of technique, here we only get the increasing, decreasing type or invalid answer. But there might be a possibility of that that the decreasing, increasing pattern must be there, and we are checking for the increasing, decreasing. So as decreasing, increasing also is one of the possible valid answer. Sometimes increasing, decreasing is not valid for the given array. Decreasing, increasing might be there. So we need to check for that. As we array is already sorted, so to get the decreasing, increasing sequence, the first we require the greater element. So what we need to do, we need to do the same thing, but we need to start with the second sub array, or we can say second part. Means as we require the first element as greater, so we will take first element. So here we can see that here we have taken the first element from the second array, that is 2. Then same first element from the first array, that is 1. We are doing the reverse thing that we have done here for calculating the increasing, decreasing array. After doing this for the 2 and 1, we will take 4. Here we have taken 4, then we will take 2 from the first array. Similarly 4, then 2, and we get the decreasing, increasing graph. So for this example that I have taken, for this both increasing, decreasing and decreasing, increasing both are possible. So here there is a valid possible answer for this question. So that's why in the question they have mentioned that for each array multiple answers are possible. So that's why we need to print any of the possible valid answer. If after dividing the array we are unable to create an increasing, decreasing or decreasing, increasing, then at that case we simply need to print -1, because no valid possible answer is there for the given array. So the approach that we have discussed for this problem is that first step, what we need to do, we need to sort the array, because as we are dividing the array into two parts, then it is quite easy. After sorting it, it becomes easy to just that what elements we need to take to create the increasing decreasing and what elements we need to take for the decreasing increasing. Then after that this questions become quite easy. So sorting is the first and very important step to uh, solve this problem. So first step is sorting. After doing sorting, what we need to do is that we need to divide our array into the two sub arrays. We can say two arrays, and we need to find the interesting, or we can say array from that. Means we need to construct the increasing decreasing type of sequence or decreasing increasing or type of sequence, as we have done in these two cases, for this and for this. So here we need to do that from either increasing decreasing or decreasing increasing sequence we need to form. But if not no such possible valid answer is there after doing this, you simply need to print -1. So now you are thinking that how we can divide the array and what technique is required to do that second step. So here, after doing sorting, the second step is the two pointer technique that can be applied here. Two pointer in the sense you can create one extra array and store that you can create for the first sub problem and the second sub problem, and form the interesting array from that. So you can create one extra vector and apply the two pointer technique for the dividing the array. So now this problem becomes, we can say we shorten down the problem into the sub problems, as first we have applied the technique of sorting, then we have break our problem into the two sub arrays. After two sub arrays we have applied the two pointer technique, and at last we have created the array. If it is possible, if it is not possible, simply print the -1. So this is the basic and the required step to implement this problem. But after, as the problem that I have faced while solving this problem is that I will tell that, as here after applying all these four steps, there is a possibility that we miss some of the test cases, and for this we need to consider, or we can say we need to uh, take care of some of the base cases as well. So what is the base cases that you can take, or we can say you can use map here. You can calculate the frequency of each character. Suppose if frequency of any of the element that is present in the array is greater than n by 2, at that time you simply need to print -1, because if the elements, or we can say if any of the elements frequency is greater than n by 2, then there is no possibility, or you can say no possibility of creating the interesting array. So at that time you need to print -1. This is one of the base case that is very necessary. So if you want to successfully implement this problem, you need to follow these four steps that I have mentioned here, and you need to consider that base case of that frequency that I have mentioned. So this is the necessary condition to implement this problem successfully. And this problem is not that much difficult, but it is difficult to got the approach of sorting and two pointer at the same time, as this problem is mixture of both the things. So hope you understand this problem in a very better manner, as I have taken the two examples. So I think this problem is now become very easy to implement. So now discuss the time complexity for this problem. Here, as we are doing the sorting and as we are applying the two pointer technique, some maximum time complexity is due to sorting, which is n log n. So as in the constraints as well, they have given the 10 to the 5, 10 to the power 5, almost 10 to the power 5 as the constraint. So this problem can be successfully implemented by using n log n complexity. And as we are using data structures for storing and all such things, so open is the space complexity. Hope this video is helpful in understanding this problem. If you have applied another approach, or we can say another technique to solve this problem, please mention in the comment, and if you have any doubt, you can definitely ask in the comment section. And if you watched this video till this point, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay connected for more such courses, lead code and daily lead code challenges. Thank you. Happy coding.